Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a VeryPuzzle unboxing. And to give you some idea about the enormous size of this box, this is VeryPuzzle's New Tuttminx. And it is absolutely puny compared to the size of the box. And maybe another VeryPuzzle. This is the void Truncated Icosidodecahedron, and still it's a much bigger box anyway than one of their biggest puzzles. So let's get into this box. Now you can see that there is some obvious damage to the box here. It's been through the crushing machine somewhere between China and Canada, and I can actually see pieces of VeryPuzzle has put some kind of ribs in the side here to try and protect the box, the contents of the box, from crushing machines. And I think it's going to be okay. I'm hopeful, but who knows? We'll open it up. But I think the box did its job. We'll see. So, with no further ado, let's get this thing open. So, I don't know if this is the largest puzzle that VeryPuzzle ever made. I would be surprised if it wasn't the largest puzzle they've ever made. And I'm just really thrilled to open this up and have a chance to see it. Now I got to be careful here because I don't really know. This is a new type of packaging, so they put these sort of stiffeners into the edges of the box, and I think it's probably a good idea. And you know, I think it probably worked out quite nicely. You can see the one stiffener here was just absolutely obliterated, but that's what it does, right? It protects the contents from being crushed. Alright, well, I think it's okay. There's actually a cardboard box inside there. I wasn't sure because the last couple of puzzles I got from VeryPuzzle, it was just a bubble wrap. So, you know, it's one of those things, right? You want them to be environmentally conscious and reduce costs for their packaging and shipping, but want the contents to arrive intact. So it's a balance, I guess. Okay, there is a box in here that I'm sort of getting to. Let me try and just kind of put this sideways so I can actually see. Alright, I'm just going to keep going around the top. I guess that's my best my best bet. This is kind of fun. I won't pretend it isn't. It is kind of fun to pull this apart like this. Okay, I guess I gotta. Okay, I'm going to cut under what I think is this rib here, because now that I know it's a box, I'm not afraid to cut into something. This is it's very clever, because it's probably quite a strong material that they're using, and it's still fairly light. So I think it's a clever solution. Okay. So one of the things, oops, okay, well that piece is gone. One of the things about these giant puzzles is, of course, storing them and, you know, having them around. So that's something that I'm struggling with just a little bit. When I got the two puzzles I showed you just now, I kind of had to go on a very high shelf to get them. So I've seen some pretty elaborate puzzle displays, but I don't really have the room for something like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna put this debris here. Okay. I don't want someone stepping on it. Alright. Okay, I'm not sure that I accomplished much by opening the top here like that. Oop, okay, maybe I did. Alright, never mind. I'm making some progress here. Okay, now I see the seam. Okay, here's the thing about unboxings, which is like just about anything we do for the first time in life. Now that I know how to do this, I'll be really good at opening this puzzle if I ever get another one. Okay. Ooh, okay, that's the way. Now we got it. We got it. And, haha, indeed. Okay, and so there's the contents of the box. Now I'm going to put the knife away. Okay, I'm going to have to clean this later because it has some tape residue. I'm just going to put the knife away temporarily here. I'm sure we might need it, but just temporarily away. Okay. So, just trying to figure out where the crushed part of the crushed part of the box is down below. I'm going to pull the contents out. Whoa. A lot of packing material. And let's just take a look inside the box to see if there's any obvious damage inside. Sorry, I don't actually see any damage inside the box. So, as I say, I am quite hopeful that everything was... Ooh, alright, let's just... Whoa. Okay. That was a little awkward. There we go. And a little piece of that, and that. And there we go, a nice little backpack. I like that. I really appreciate that. I make very good use of this. Maybe I'll get it while I'm use it to transport the puzzle. Okay, let me take a look at the paperwork here. Might be some okay, instruction manuals. Okay, so this is the instruction manual. So I can actually show it. This is the instruction manual. Okay, look at that. So it says, warning, please follow rules below to avoid damage to your product. Do not disassemble, not suitable for children under 8. Under 8. So if you're 7, you gotta wait till your 8th birthday. Do not drop, I think so. Do not speed cube, do not rotate under informal state, which is to say that, like any Tuttminx, this has some illegal states. So yes, obviously keep product under formal state, right, which is the proper terms. And then it actually has some definitions here, but I'll leave that for you to read when you get yours. So here we go. Oh, this is marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Okay, and a DIY sticker set. So what is this? This is the Gigatuttminx, also known as the Rayminx. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, Gigatuttminx Rayminx. Okay, and there it is. And this is no baby 0 to 6. So now the instructions say under 8. This is 0 to 6. So if you're 7, you have a case. I would take that to Judge Judy if I were you. Okay. So let's get the rest of this off. I will need that knife again. So I think I can handle this. This is just a couple of pieces of packing tape, but still going to be very careful here, very cautious. Don't want to cut into the puzzle at this stage. We're almost there. And I guess it remains to be said that I also didn't want to hurt myself. Oh man, this is just, wow. You know, it's one thing to see pictures, but wow, I'm just, okay, I got to put my knife away. I'm just, wow, I'm choked up, really. I'm just, the reality is kind of here. You know, when I opened my very first Tuttminx and it said VeryPuzzle on it and it looked like this, this is that same feeling. That is incredible. So this is the Rayminx. Yeah, I don't know what we're calling it specifically. I'm just going to call it the Rayminx. Gigatuttminx is probably more informative. But, wow, I'm just speechless, really. No obvious signs of damage, and that's as I expected, based on based on my understanding of how they pack these things. So what do we have? Well, it is a Tuttminx, and here's the new Tuttminx, and what the Tuttminx will have is a pentagon face, 5-sided face surrounded by 5 6-sided faces, and then that pattern alternates. And this is what we have. So we have a pentagon face surrounded by 6-sided faces. The difference is that the Tuttminx has a single layer on each face, and the Rayminx has a double layer. So this is one of the layers turning, and this is the second layer. So there's actually 2 layers now. So the difference between a Megaminx and a Gigaminx, right? And that's really it. It's just adding one more layer, and but it is huge, as you can see, absolutely tremendously huge. It dwarfs the new Tuttminx. And let's take a look again, now that we have the box off, at the void truncated Icosidodecahedron VTI. And it may not be obvious on video, but actually the Rayminx is actually quite a bit taller than the VTI. Alright, well, what's the biggest puzzle that VeryPuzzle makes? That would be the truncated Icosidodecahedron, the TI. And I would say that these are about the same size. So if you want an idea, it's going to be this one right here. I'm just, I'm really speechless because it's just such a cool puzzle to have. It's going to be fun to solve. Not super hard. I am interested to know how different it's going to be from a regular Tuttminx. I have an idea of a solution strategy, but who knows, right? There are all sorts of cool things that might happen when you have an extra layer added to a puzzle, and you're trying to do a reduction solve or whatever type of solve that I will do. So I've heard the turning on this is really good, and the layers I've tried so far, it does look really good. So when they're talking about the rotation rules in the instructions, what they're basically saying is, so the pentagons can be rotated 1 step. Both layers can be rotated 1 step, and everything's good. The hexagons, because the pentagon hexagon edge and the hexagon edge are different, the hexagons can't be rotated just 1 step. That is an illegal configuration, and you can actually see it. I don't know how well it's showing up on the video here, but you actually see physically that that's an illegal state, and I'm quite sure the puzzle won't let you turn an adjacent face. It shouldn't anyway. You shouldn't even try, because it's not a legal move. So the hexagons always have to be turned 2 steps to maintain a legal state of the puzzle, and that's all it is. So the hexagon edges have to be turned to another hexagon and face, and that's all there is to it. And then the inner layer has the same constraint. That is just tremendous. I'm really I'm speechless. I don't know. I'm just so thrilled to have this puzzle. Now, in terms of its weight, it's fairly light. It's definitely about the same weight, at least in my mind, as the TI. So it's the way VeryPuzzle has made some of their recent puzzles. They have a mechanism that's a very, very light mechanism. It's built up of these little tiny plates that snap together. And I think that's what they're using here. So you get a fairly light mechanism, even though it's quite big. This won't be a burden to put in your backpack or anything like that. And you know, that little backpack would be fine for carrying it around. Okay, so let's take a look at these stickers in. So the carbon fibers are as I expected, the 5-sided faces, the pentagonal faces. They look really, really good, and I sort of hope that they follow the same color scheme as the Speed Tuttminx. If they do, I'm just going to use this color scheme because I really like it. Yeah, just makes things a little easier. But I like these colors. I like the golds and the silvers. That it gives you such more creative freedom when you're stickering, and there are a lot of different colors instead of just shades of the same color. So I'm really, really happy to see all those different colors, and not just, you know, 5 shades of blue, which is really hard to work with. Okay, so far so good. I can see these stickers, they do look like they're well cut, so I hope that continues. Yeah, I can see them. They're very, very sharp lines, and I think, because one of the things that I would do if the stickers are well cut is I simply pull the scrap off first, and it takes a little bit of time, but then it makes it a lot easier to take the stickers off the backing sheet. If the stickers aren't well cut, then I don't bother with that because it just takes extra time. It's not a helpful step. But yeah, I see. Wow, that's great. I love these colors. This is an ideal situation. So, all right. Well, that's it for my unboxing and initial impressions of the Rayminx or Gigatuttminx from VeryPuzzle. I'm really happy with this. Right now I have a lot of stickers to put on, so I'll go off and do that, and I'll come back with another video to show you what it looks like and show you some turns and things. Now, if you really don't like stickering, I'd suggest that you look for one of these that's already stickered. But if you're like me and you like stickering, it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. As always, I appreciate your comments, your questions, your suggestions, so leave me some feedback in the comments. And until next time, thanks for watching.